But one of the things I'm doing right now is I'm getting ready to kind of refresh my business and my platform for the end of this year and the beginning of next year. And so I'm actually going to be I'm going through my different platforms. I'm going through my tech and gear. I'm going through things like my phone, and I'm kind of fixing things up so that we're prepared for the upcoming season. We know the holidays are coming. We got a lot of marketing going on, and I want to make sure everything is as easy and streamlined as possible to end this year and go into next year. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be jumping onto my phone, and I'm going to be rearranging everything because I have deleted apps that I'm no longer using. I am, changing the locations of where things are. So I want to make sure it's as easy as possible. Right now, I've got multiple screens on my iPhone, and they've got my apps all over. And I try to, kind of classify them in terms of like folders and things, but I've had some new things that I haven't put into those folders. So today, while we were on air, I was going to jump in and I was going to start rearranging some of my apps to make it easier and more conducive to what I'm doing inside of my business. If you have not done this, now is a really good time to do this. So I am actually going to be creating folders on my screens because I don't want as many screens. I have a lot of screens on my phone because I have so many apps. So I'm putting things into folders and I'm classifying them as, I've got one for shopping apps. I've got one for food apps. I'm going to go through and do like tech and gear. I keep my social media platforms independent of folders because I want easy access to them. I don't want to have to press the folder, then go in and press the app. So I want to do it in as few presses as possible for my social apps and things I use all the time. But for things I don't use as frequently, like those shopping apps or like the food restaurant apps, like some of the video editing programs that I talk to you guys about that I don't use all the time. There's like influencer apps and things like that. I'm going to classify all of those inside of folders and then condense what I'm doing so it's easier to navigate, easier to find things. What I've realized is that by offloading some of these apps and by adding a new app, some of my buttons are in different locations. So where I could just swipe, and I knew exactly where on my screen a specific app would be, they're no longer in that place. And there's a whole bunch of apps on here that I no longer use, companies I no longer work with, or I'm not working in a brand capacity or sponsorship capacity. So I'm going to do a major phone cleanup today to make sure it is as easy as possible. Now, on my YouTube channel over the next month or so, I'm actually going to be bringing you ways you can be refreshing your social apps, your platforms, the programs that you're using. We're going to get you ready and streamlined so you're not spending money where you don't need to spend money, so that you can streamline the process if you are spending money to make sure that you're doing it in the most cohesive way possible, and then to make sure it's as easy as possible for you to create your social content and market your businesses so that you're not wasting time. Because remember, every once in a while I love to pull out this example. About a year ago, I was figuring out how much time I was spending doing things inside of my business to then leverage that time better inside of my workday. One of the things I noticed was that as I was turning on my ring lights, I would have to stand up from my chair, go over to the hallway and turn off the overhead lights, then go around my desk and turn on the ring lights and come sit back down. By the end of the week, I had spent a full hour creating that gap of time where I would have to stand up, walk over, turn on lights, come sit back down. A full hour of my time that I could get paid to do something else during that full hour of time. And so I rigged up my ring lights to an electric cord that had a little button on it. So now all of my lights are rigged up to this cord, and all I have to do is sit here and I can press a button and I'm good to go. I can get up and turn off the overhead lights if I want, but I don't have to because it cancels out a lot of that overhead lighting. So if I'm doing my Instagram stories or my TikTok stories, it's real easy for me to just pop on my lights and go. And then I've saved myself an hour of time. I want to save you time and effort so you can have that hour back to do things with your family, to go out with your friends, or to make more money inside of your business, or just have time to relax. We want to make sure we're streamlining everything. And that does mean the apps on your phone. That means the programs, things that you're working with in your business. That means getting ready for the end of this year and the beginning of next year. So you're starting off on a fresh foot and you're ready to go. So over the course of the next month or so, we're going to be dropping videos on that, mixed with things like how you can be making money from affiliate marketing, mixed with we're going to be talking all about like tech and gear you need to save time and effort on your social content. We're going to be talking about gift giving guides for the holidays and content creation and all sorts of things. So we got some big things coming, but I highly encourage you to stick around because we're going to refresh your business to make sure it is not lagging at the end of this year.